Hi, everybody. My second time to for broadcasting for you live. I'm very excited to be with you. Very happy. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. I wanted to tell you that just now I finished to write a new newsletter and we're about to send it to you. So if you want to sign up for this newsletter, please do. And I had one subject in mind. I wanted to speak about Adam and Eve and about the Bible in general. But I had some second thoughts about it, and I'm probably going to do it later on a future. So please forgive me. I want to talk about the weather today in Israel. This is November now, and we are at the end of November, and it seems like we are having another drought year. So I want to speak about rain at the Bible and rain today, and how much we need our prayers for rain. So if you'd like to, we're going to read from the Bible. That's my English Hebrew one. And I'm going to read for you from Deuteronomy 11. Hi, Ginny. Hi, Linda. I want to read to you from Deuteronomy 11, 10, 11, and 12. For the land into which you are entering to possess is not like the land of Egypt, from which you come from, where you used to sow your seed and water it with your foot like a vegetable garden. But the land into which you are about to cross to possess it, a land of hills and valleys, drinks water from heaven, the land which the Lord your God cares. The eyes of the Lord your God are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the very end of the year. כי הארץ אשר אתה בא שמה לרשתה, לא כארץ מצרים היא, אשר יצאתם משם, אשר תזרע את זרעך והשקית ברגלך כגן הירק, והארץ אשר אתם עוברים שמה לרשתה, ארץ הרים ובקעות, למטר השמיים תשתה מים. ארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך דורש אותה תמיד. עיני אדוני אלוהיך בה מראשית השנה ועד אחרית השנה. The land that you are going over to possess is not like the land of Egypt. And maybe that's the time to talk about it. In Egypt, you can sow your field like a vegetable garden. You can irrigate your field like a vegetable garden. You have the great river Nile, and from the Nile you have the channels, and the channels goes all directions. And you can literally open the channel with your foot like a vegetable garden. And you soak your field like a vegetable garden and everything grows. But the land that you are going over to possess is not like the land of Egypt, where you just came from. We ask ourselves, why, if we are the promised land and the eyes of the Lord your God are always upon it, why God didn't give us a good river? Why we didn't got the Nile, or the Euphrates, or the Tigris, or the Yangtze, or the Mississippi River, something. Those of you that already been in Israel, probably you saw the Jordan River, and when you see the Jordan River, you either laugh or cry. Very, very small. And on the tour, we'd like to ask, is the river a blessing? Is it a blessing? And usually the answer, the automatic answer will be, yes, of course, the river is a great blessing. But when you think about it, the river is a blessing to Pharaoh. It's a blessing to the big guy who control the river. If you control the river, the only source of living, everybody else will be like slaves to you. Everybody will depends on you. So the blessing is for the Pharaoh or to the Caesar of China. And if you think about it, until today, I'm sorry to say it, but our Egyptian neighbors are still living like slaves in Egypt. Or if you think about the Chinese, or if you think about the people in Iraq or in Iran. Modern economic research proves many times that natural resources actually have a negative impact on public welfare. Think about the people in Angola, how they enjoy the diamonds that were found in their land. Or think about the people in Iraq, how they enjoy the oil. Or the people of Libya, how they enjoy the oil that was found in their land. So natural resources usually have negative impact on the public welfare. If you control them, everybody else will be submissive to you, will be corruption. What is the real blessing? The land that you are going over to possess is a land of hills and valleys that drinks water for heaven. Today, when you have no rain, or back then in the biblical days, what do you need to do here in the land of Israel if you want to irrigate your fields? You need to look up. You need to ask for it. You need to pray for it. So when you read the Bible, the rain is like a dialogue between God and his people. If you will obey my command, I will give you the rain on the right time, the early rain and the last rain. And if you keep reading, and it shall come about if you listen obediently to my commandments, which I commanding you today, to love the Lord your God and to serve him with all your heart and all your soul, that he will give the rain for your land in its season, the early and the late rain, that you may gather in your grain and your new wine and your oil. If you keep reading later, I'm not going to do it right now, Deuteronomy 11, from 13 till 21, you can read the covenant, yes, that was written in Deuteronomy. And over there, it says you should write those words on your heart and between your eyes, and you should write them on your doorpost, and you shall recite them from father to son, from father to son. And you should say those words when you lie and when you wake up. And this is the covenant between God and his people. And until today, if you ask any Jewish child that was educated in the traditional education, he should know those words by heart. והיה אם שמוע תשמעו אל מצוותיי אלה, אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם היום לאהבה את אדוני אלוהיכם ולעובדו בכל לבבו ובכל לבבכם ובכל נפשכם, ונתתי מטר ארצכם בעיתו יורה ומלקוש. Every child should know it by heart. If you write it down, you'll forget it. If you recite it, you'll remember it. And it's written on those doorposts. And it's written inside the phylacteries. So every morning, when you open the radio in Israel, 6 a.m. or 2 minutes before 6 a.m., our national Israeli radio broadcast starts with those words until today. So this is the end of November, and we are still waiting for rain. And in those days, the priest in the temple, when the temple was exist, used to pray to God, please God, don't listen to the prayers of the travelers. We need the rain. So we all hope for and pray for a good rainy year. I hope to send the newsletter very soon, and probably in about 3 weeks from now we will celebrate the Festival of the Lights. So my next broadcast will be probably about the Festival of the Lights. I want to tell you more about the Hanukkah story, more about the historical events that happens more than 2,187 years ago, and maybe a little bit about the customs that we celebrate here in Israel. So I hope you will join me next time. See you then. Bye-bye.